best explanation for why we're here and what's the purpose of us being here?
Right. Well, I think many in the West feel they face a choice. Either you have to believe in the very traditional idea of God as all-knowing, all-powerful, perfectly good, or you're a secular atheist, right? It's like, whose side are you on, Richard Dawkins or the Pope? Make your mind up, quickly. And I've come to think that actually both sides of this never-ending debate have something right and something wrong. Right? Traditional believers struggle to explain the horrible suffering we find in the world. Why would an all-powerful, loving God choose to create us through the horrific process of evolution by natural selection? But there are also things atheism struggles to explain. For example, the fine-tuning of physics for life, the surprising discovery of recent decades that for life to be possible, many numbers in physics had to fall in a certain very narrow range in such a way that it's incredibly improbable that our universe would have got the right numbers by chance. So we're in this situation where the believers are tying themselves up in knots trying to explain suffering. The atheists are tying themselves up in knots trying to explain fine-tuning, when in fact there are middle ground options that can elegantly account for both of these data points. Consider, for example, the hypothesis of a God of limited power, a God who's made the best universe they can. Maybe God simply can't create complex life in an instant. Maybe the only way God can create intelligent life is by creating a universe with the right physics that is eventually going to evolve intelligent life. And God's like, I'm sorry, I know it's going to be messy. This is all I can do, is this or nothing. I think this hypothesis can account for both the fine-tuning in terms of God's purposes and the suffering in terms of God's limitations. I really believe this is where the evidence is pointing, and I suspect it's biases on both sides that are stopping us seeing that. Now, finally, you might think this doesn't seem to fit with the religions that have traditionally dominated the West.